Hello, Theodore here. To my fellow workers in the vineyard worldwide, greetings. Radical feminism is not the fringe of feminism. Radical feminism is feminism's rotten core, and it is the source of feminism's life. Without it, feminism at large would amount to very little and would scatter to the four winds. That is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. However, it is a truth which a lot of people will not square up to. It is quite fashionable nowadays, especially in the wake of the Agent Orange scandal, to brush aside radical feminism as being outdated and popularly disregarded. Now, when people do this, they are trying to change the subject and to gain control of the conversation in order to remove the feminist project at large from the critical spotlight. Radical feminism, by which I mean chiefly the man-hating kind, is a standard which sets the measure for feminism as a whole. All brands of feminism are either more or less relevant, depending on how closely they approximate radical feminism. Radical feminism is 100 proof, and a radical feminist takes her feminism neat. All other feminists take their feminism watered down, but it's all the same drink. Vodka. People love to tell you that the rag femmes are just fringe extremists, as if we were standing in a field and the rag femmes were just some tight little group clustered way off near the perimeter in their own little world. Well, what the speaker fails to consider is that all feminism is on a continuum whose unifying principle is disaffection toward men and things male. That's all it is. That's all it is. And if you study feminism objectively, you can draw no other conclusion. Hence, there is no gap, no discontinuity between radical feminism and the rest of feminism. For every foul man-hater out there, there is a slightly less foul man-hater, and then one slightly less foul than that, and so on down the line. Thus, for example, Amanda Marcotte is indeed a foul man-hater, yet she is only half as foul as Mary Daly. Now, in one way, the apologists and deflectionists are right. We oughtn't be so fixated on the extremists. After all, the rot extends all the way through the feminist organism, to some degree anyway, and examples closer to home are not lacking. What we should point out every chance we get is the pervasive anti-male bias, be this subtle or brazen. Anti-male bias, culminating in outright hatred of men, is the core principle which makes feminism feminism. If feminism has a core principle, I can't think of a better candidate than that. This principle, more than anything else, binds the feminist project together, moves it forward, and explains the complex reality of its evolvement through time. The feminist project seeks to expand the power of women with no limit, and anything like ethical regard for men and maleness would impose a formidable barrier to such expansion. Remove that ethical regard, and the frontier is wide open. Hence, so far as the feminist project is concerned, ethical regard for men and maleness has got to go. And what better way to shuck off ethical regard for anything than to hate it? And since the world contains X number of women who hate men, and even men who hate men, feminism's inner cadre always has a sufficient recruitment pool. In the end, if feminism did not harbor a kind of moral black hole of infinite disaffection toward men and maleness, it would quickly reach the limit of its possible development and begin to dissipate. So, once again, radical feminism, to wit the man-hating kind, is the core of feminism. And it is the liberals, the moderates, the humanists, the fun feminists who make up the fluffy fringe on feminism's outskirts. They are the useful idiots who serve mainly as camouflage and as ideological pack mules. Those who say that radical feminism is marginal to feminism at large are lying, either to you or to themselves. Fiedelbogen, out.